We've set this course in Northland, but the wonder of bike travel is that you get to go wherever you like. Some of my favourite back roads have led me to places like
Paihia, Kerikeri, Coromandel, Mount Tongariro, Abel Tasman National Park, Whanganui, and a whole bunch of other gems that you'll discover on the way. There are some pretty cool hostels in Auckland and throughout Northland. When I cycled to Paihia, there's a whole bunch of tourism operators that were about my age when I visited. I pretended that my name was Romeo for 3 nights straight, and I had an absolute ball with everybody up there. If you can pluck up the courage to talk to some people in the common rooms at these hostels, you're going to learn a lot, or even in the camping kitchens in a campsite. Or just walk up to other tents or other cyclists and say hello. When I was staying in Kauri Coast Holiday Park up in Northland, I saw these 2 cyclists walk in with their bikes, and they told me that they'd got a lift with a fisherman just down the way at a place called Podo Peninsula. Even though I'd lived in Auckland for 10 years or something, I didn't know about Podo Peninsula, and I was planning on cycling along State Highway 1 to get back to my house, which I'd already done on the way out of Auckland, and it was horrible. So these lovely 2 cyclists gave me a ripped out page of a tourism guide from like way back when, and they gave me the phone number of this guy, Reg, the fisherman. How's your day been? I pulled into Dargaville the next morning and went to a tourism site, which you'll see all over the place. They're very helpful. They're usually called iSites. I walked into the iSite and was lucky enough to be using their landline phone to call the fisherman. The lady running the information site told me that I could not cycle all the way to Podo that day because of the logging trucks. So she told me to cycle about 10 k's down the road to a pub, the last one in the whole peninsula. I went down to the pub, bought myself a pie, and sat outside. And these 2 old cronies walked in. They looked like bronze skeletons. They were like 95 or something, but they were actually fit as, and it was pretty weird. They walked in, sat down next to me, and we started yarning. We had a smoke outside. And for about 20 minutes, they said, "Do you want to come out to our place for some coffees and some joints?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'm going to Podo tonight." And they were like, "You're going to Podo?" Because it was about 60 kilometers down the road, and they didn't believe that I was cycling all that way. So they said, "Go to Te Koparu," which was the next town, 3rd Street, 2nd house on the right. It's a brown house, the red door will be open. About half an hour bike ride down the road, I pulled into Chris's house. I went in there and they burst out laughing and started rolling me some joints. And I got way too high, freaked the hell out, thought they were gonna eat me, and had a pretty schizophrenic, paranoid evening hanging out with them. But really, they were real cool people, and they just were trying to keep me comfortable. So I stayed the night, got up the next morning, and boosted all the way to Podo, where I found the fisherman, Reg. Absolutely ridiculous. He helped me carry my bike onto his fishing boat. There was like 40 fishermen pulling in trout all the time, and we spent the whole day cruising through the Manukau Harbor in the sun. And then I slept at his house that night. These sorts of experiences just all stemmed from that one interaction in the kitchen in Kauri Coast holiday campsite. Absolutely crazy, but all you have to do is go up to people, say hi, and ask what the sitch is. Someone's going to give you a new piece of information. New localized info is your best friend on these kinds of trips. So say hi, shake hands, and get out there. And that was the end of that. Yeah, fucking done.